So you're looking to move to Clearwater Beach area in 2023. Well, in this video, I talk all things pro and con of moving to and living in Clearwater Beach. Let's have a look. Let's go. Hello and welcome to another episode of Orlando Living with Dee, where I bring you community videos all throughout Central Florida and Tampa Bay area. And today I am in Clearwater discussing the pro and con. If this is your first time, please press that thumbs up button. Show us some love because we do these videos to help you so that you can decide, hey, is this area going to be better or is another area going to be better for me? And the number one pro of moving to and living in Clearwater and Clearwater Beach is the wind. I'm just kidding. It is the sunset. It's the lifestyle. You are right by the ocean. You would love amazing sunset, and if this is the lifestyle that you want, then this is the number one place to be in the Tampa Bay area. So it's one of the best benefits of moving to and living in Clearwater. Now let's talk about the next pro of moving to and living in Clearwater and Clearwater Beach. So one of the other pro of moving to and living in Clearwater and Clearwater Beach is the other recreational activities that you could do. Now I have two small kids. I have a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old, and it's just a lot of work. It's a lot of energy, and I don't want to go and take them to the parks every time. So that is something that you could do. You can have a beautiful beach day. I'm actually shooting this at the Clearwater Beach Park, and you just come down here, you park your car, and you can spend pretty much the whole day. There's so many things to do other than the beautiful sunset that you could see. You know, it's just something more than just going to the parks and spending so much money. This is something that I personally like to do. Now guys, please keep in mind when I talk about the pro and cons, it's just my take on it. A pro to you could be a con to me, and a con to me could be a pro to you. So just keep those things in mind. What you really need to think out of the box is, hey, does this work for my situation? Does it not work for my situation? What is that you like? Because I love water, but I don't love it too much to stay right by the water, but that is just my thing. So that is something that you got to decide. Having said that, let's talk about the next pro of moving to and living in Clearwater and Clearwater Beach. So one of the other advantages of moving to and living in Clearwater Beach is that, you know, if you are a foodie like me that just loves to eat, and I'm sure mine one shows, I'm probably sure it's different for you, but you know, it has some great restaurants, especially if you are a seafood fan. You know, there's so many restaurants just along the beach line that you can go to and enjoy different cuisines and just enjoy the fresh seafood. And if you're also like outdoors like I do, like I love recreational activities other than going to the park with my kids, but I also like, you know, just hiking, biking, you know, boating. Those are things that I like to do, and Clearwater and Clearwater Beach kind of gives you that infrastructure for you to be able to do that. So that is a huge advantage in my opinion, to be able to do that and live in a city that kind of has that infrastructure. Now that the pro is done, let's talk about the cons of moving to and living in Clearwater and Clearwater Beach. So one of the biggest disadvantage or a con of moving to and living in Clearwater Beach is the traffic. Sometimes the traffic could be horrendous. Now that is actually the case with most of the suburban Central Florida and Tampa Bay areas. However, when you are living in Clearwater and Clearwater Beach, you know, especially when you're going to the beach and coming from the beach, the traffic over there kind of gets clogged up because there's the bridge, and it's sometimes kind of the traffic, you could be there for sometimes an hour or so. So that is something to keep in mind. So that is the biggest disadvantage in terms of the traffic, because the transportation system in general for any of the suburban Central Florida and Tampa Bay area is not that great. So that means that everybody has to have a car for even doing little errands to run around. It's not a very bikeable or a walkable area, so you just have to make sure that you have the car, and that kind of increases the traffic and the noise level. So that is something to kind of be very much aware of. Now let's talk about the next con of moving to and living in Clearwater and Clearwater Beach. So So one of the other cons of moving to and living in Clearwater and Clearwater Beach is the hurricane season. Now, most of the Florida does receive severe weather, but it's more so prominent on the west side. So especially through June to November, this is something that you really have to be careful and be more prepared, because when a hurricane does come, you've got to be evacuating, and that could get a little tricky. So during that time, if you haven't saved the water, the batteries and everything else, it could actually be a nightmare. I've been living in Central Florida area for a while, and we're a little more inwards. Other than getting a lot of rain and wind, it hasn't been a situation we really have to evacuate, and I've been living there since 2001. However, when it comes to the hurricanes right here in the Clearwater, the Tampa Bay area, that is something to take very seriously and be really prepared. And if this is something that kind of not makes you comfortable or doesn't make you kind of give you that peace of mind, then Clearwater may not be the right area for you. Now let's talk about the last con of moving to and living in Clearwater and Clearwater Beach. So one of the last con of moving to and living in Clearwater Beach is if you are looking for that nice, quiet beach town, then Clearwater may not be, because Clearwater beaches are one of the famous and one of the most heavily visited by tourists and local alike because of the beautiful beaches that it has to offer. If you are looking for that quiet town, you just want to be quite secluded and all that, then this may not work, because there's just so much happening. I'm shooting this at the Pier 60, and there's always something happening. There's a lot of entertainment, restaurants, and tourists from all over the country and abroad come over here to enjoy and look at the beach and see the famous sunset that we are famous for. So this is something to keep in mind. If you are looking to buy a home anywhere in Central Florida and Tampa area, make sure to check us out. We have Orlando Home Show. That's where I bring you the brand new models all throughout Central Florida and Tampa area. I hope our videos bring in a lot of value for you. It kind of gives you some kind of idea of what you want to do, where you want to live, and if this is something you are considering, please give us a call. We'll be happy to help. Again, thank you for watching our videos, and make sure to press that like and subscribe button. We would appreciate that. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.